Next up is Sakshi Pratap. She's the co-founder CEO of Hexus, and she's going to talk about what they are building.
Okay, great. Hey everyone. It's so awesome to see such a great turnout on a Thursday afternoon. When Arjun told me, I did not expect so many people. So it's so awesome that everyone's so excited about AI for marketing, and I'm very excited to be here as well. So I'm going to continue building on the thread which Arjun and Tuba brought up, which is doing more with less. And in my case, the context is going to be around creating product content, whether it's demos, videos, or guides. A quick introduction about myself. I'm Sakshi. My background is in engineering. I led teams at Google, Oracle, at Seco-backed cybersecurity company, building products both in consumer as well as enterprise. Currently, I'm the founder and CEO of Hexus, a platform used by enterprises like Uber Freight, Calendly, Apollo to create and manage their product content. So one of the themes we hear from a lot of marketing teams is that they are spending a lot of time creating content for their product launch. And the interesting thing after that is by the time they complete their content creation, it is already out of date. Now, why is this happening and why is this so relevant right now? Because products are shipping faster than ever. With development speed really going down and the competition crazy around AI and being the winner, products are launching at a crazy rate. And in fact, some half-broken products are also launching really fast. The buyers today are really informed. They expect more than ever. They want to be informed before making any kind of decision, whether it's trying the product, whether it is reading about like how does this help them, how does a certain aspect of the product work. Buyers want to know everything even before taking a sales call, and that's become a de facto now. Now, what does that mean for marketing teams? Marketing teams are stretched thinner than ever. There is a content challenge behind every launch. Now, with every launch, whether you're a product-led company or an enterprise and a sales-led company, you have to create content for awareness. Now, this means you have to start creating new landing pages, sales deck, enablement content, blogs, probably social media content as well. Then for consideration, you now need your demos, you need your white papers, you need to start doing webinars. And then you also need testimonials. Even before a product is launched, you still need testimonials from your beta users, from people on how good this is going to be. And then there is retention, which is all your knowledge base, in-app content, onboarding, and also just enabling your customer success team. So there is this whole challenge, and a lot of this challenge falls with the marketing team. The old system and the old mindset was, okay, this is impossible. We need more people to handle the workload. And every function needs its own specialist. Okay, now we need somebody for videos. Now we need somebody who's really good at technical writing. But that's no longer the case. The new mindset, which we are seeing across the board, is we need faster and smarter workflows that will scale our output. There is this new concept in marketing now, which is the Gen Marketer. This is something which Emily from Market One posted on LinkedIn. If you don't follow her, I highly recommend. She's amazing. She's great content. But one of the things which resonates with a lot of people now is a marketer can no longer be like, oh, I just want to focus on product marketing and that's my job. It has become a combination of different aspects. The Gen Marketer is an expert in AI, of course. Everyone has to be an expert in AI today, and you're starting today, or you have been in the market for a lot of time. There is no going, oh, I can ignore AI. You have to be the expert, and especially the marketing teams are expected to be the experts in AI. The second part is they have to understand the product. Now, that is where it differentiates a good marketer from a great one, that they have to be an expert in the product, and they have to understand why that product works, how does that product impact the end users, and they need to be able to connect these dots. And then it is the other regular job of a marketer, which is campaign managing and being able to shape and increase MQLs and all of the fun stuff. Now, in the context of product marketing, what are we seeing as strategies on what some of the top marketing teams are using? So before, creating videos was a 2 or a 3-week process. We saw people using multiple tools. They were hiring experts. They were hiring voice artists for even speech. They were also using different people who were creating assets on Canva, on Figma. There was a whole lot of work that went into a single video. The new process, which is the expectation right now, is you have to use AI workflows to create everything end to end. Now, in this case, like we see tools like Riverside, HeyGen, even Hexus, where people are using just one tool and just one workflow and one expert instead of multiple people, multiple tools, as well as using a lot of time to create that content. I'll give you an example of how one of our customers, Calendly, has overhauled their workflow. Previously, what they did was creating a single demo video used to take them weeks. They had somebody recording all the screens on Loom. They had a Canva expert who used to do all the editing. They had an external agency just for voice and voiceovers. And then they used to host this content on Wistia and also use separate translation tools. As a PLG company and one of the biggest PLG companies, they had that requirement. Now, a tool like Hexus, and I'm not saying only use Hexus, but a tool which consolidates all of this and consolidates the workflow is able to reduce this time from weeks to literally minutes. We're seeing them create content in 30 minutes. They're increasing their video-based libraries. They're also creating content across their help center, marketing, and every place without having to increase their budget. In fact, their budget has gone much lower, and the conversion is amazing right now. Another example we are seeing is really empowering your buyer. Now, empowered buyers really understand your value faster and are more likely to convert. The old process was you wait for your live demos to explain your product, or you have a separate sandbox environment or a test environment, because a lot of times you just cannot give your product very easily for use for your end users. Now, what this meant was really long sales cycles. You had unqualified buyers. You spent time creating a lot of content which was nothing to do with your product. The new process, which a lot of people are adopting, are interactive product demos. And there are a lot of players right now, so if you haven't used interactive product demos, I would highly recommend using interactive product demos on your websites, as well as just sending your buyers when they ask how your product works. We've seen this with the Uber Freight's team. Now, Uber Freight Exchange is a very complicated product. What they have to do is really connect a lot of their data. They also have to make sure that the onboarding and the setup for their product works really seamlessly. Instead of that, what they have started doing is giving their users the ability to qualify themselves. One, to make sure what aspect of the product do you want to understand. Are you a shipper? Are you a carrier? What exactly is your use case? So that is the first part. The second part is not waiting for a live demo always. So they give the ability to have an interactive demo for them available at any time. And using this interactive demo, the customer is able to self-qualify. Does this make sense for me? Is this product even going to work? And does this interface even seem something that I want to use? So that increases the ability and the reach of the sales team to only talk to relevant buyers, as well as gives them the ability to also showcase and multiply themselves, because now having these interactive AI-based demos, they are able to do that seamlessly without having to recreate a lot of this content. Another example we're seeing is being able to reuse a lot of this content. Now, one of the things is you cannot get away from creating a lot of this content, which one of the themes I spoke about is your buyers are finding you everywhere. They're finding you on social media. They're looking at YouTube. They're looking at your website. They're also looking at competitor websites. Now, that means you have to create a lot of this content for your buyers. Now, if you have to create a lot of this content, you have to use tools which can be smart and enable you to repurpose this content. And in videos, we're seeing tools like Opus Clip. Hexus itself is able to convert your existing videos and recordings into interactive demos, videos, training modules, whatever content you require. And we're seeing repurposing as a really big advantage, which a lot of marketing teams are leveraging right now. Talking about Sisense, again, one of our customers, what they were doing is they have their websites, they also have a whole sales enablement play, and they had a lot of different tools they were using across these different aspects of content creation. What they tried to do is they wanted to consolidate. It was an initiative from them. They wanted to consolidate their stack. They also wanted their branding to be consistent across these different surfaces, because for them, they did not want a different voice. When you're looking at a YouTube video, it feels like a different company. When you come to the website, it again feels like a different company. And how do you maintain this voice, and how does the brand maintain that voice when different people are working on that tool? There are obviously for text-based content, you can use Writer, Jasper. A lot of these tools enable you to do that. For video, we are seeing people use Hexus. We're also seeing people use a bunch of other different tools, which keeps them all connected and making sure that your brand and your messaging across these websites is still the same. One of the things I am really excited about is obviously we have a lot of content creation and being able to show a lot of this creation workflows. I'm going to go and switch to a live demo, a little bit risky, but we'll see how that plays. So obviously I mentioned a little bit about Hexus, but just to show you how Hexus works, in practice, the easiest way to use Hexus is it's a Chrome extension. So with Hexus, the Chrome extension, you press Start Capture, you go around your flow like you normally would, and it generates outputs for you, and I'm going to show you how Calendly uses Hexus. So say I'm the PM at Calendly, and I want to launch a new product about how to do a new event type. What I would do is Start Capture, and then I would just go ahead and do my flow like I normally would. In this case, I'm trying to create an event. I'm going to just change a few things. I'm going to write test event. Let's say I do phone call, create. And for the purpose of this demo, let's say this is it, and this was the product launch I wanted to show is how to create an event. So as soon as I stop recording, now Hexus does two things really well. One, it captures all your key events, and it creates all of your captions, it creates all of your voiceovers, everything for you without you having to write a single line at all. Or it doesn't care about what I'm speaking, so I was giving a presentation, doesn't matter, and it's going to capture all of the context on the screen and be able to create this interactive demo, which you can share on your website, embed everywhere. If you want to convert this to different places, like you want to change this to how-to guide, you can literally do that in a click of a button, and this becomes a how-to guide. And we've seen our customers use this everywhere, and you can add voiceovers, avatars, all of that. The flow I'm going to show you, while this is impressive and our customers use us a lot, the flow which is very interesting is how this can even become agentic. So one of the demos we are very excited about is how some of our newer customers are starting to use us with browser automation and some of these agentic browsers like Comet. So in this case, I'm going to go to do the same flow again and let Perplexity do its job. So I'm going to tell it to create a new event for AI marketing and use Google Meet. And at the same time, I'm going to just press Hexus and let it record this workflow. So here in the first part, while it took me a few minutes because this flow was small, I still had to manually go and record my screen. In the second part, we're just letting Perplexity do its job and let it go ahead and maybe have a shot at creating this content. And the second thing a tool like Hexus does while Perplexity is recording is being able to record all of these key steps. So again, I'm not writing anything, I'm letting Hexus do its job, and at the same time, I'm going to get a similar output, and we'll just wait a few seconds to see this output as well.
This is such a needed tool.
Okay, great. Looks like Perplexity has completed its task. And let me just stop Hexus here. So when I stop Hexus, I get this similar output. Now, Hexus has gone ahead and recorded what Perplexity has created, which is how to create an event. And Hexus is going to, again, be able to generate all captions, generate like what is the key event. But in this case, me as a human has not even gone and recorded that workflow. So the interesting workflows to think about now, especially as a marketer or any founder building in the space, is now the browsers are agentic. Now the browsers have this context about your product. And what can we really do differently so that we literally don't even have to create these guides, do not have to create these videos, and it automatically creates a bunch of these things for us. And the next thing I know is, okay, I'm done, and I just go ahead and publish this, maybe review it. It might make mistakes. I'll probably correct a few things and then go ahead and just demo that, and it literally took a few minutes. So I'm very excited about some of these workflows, and it's exciting to see where a lot of this marketing will go. And that's it for me.
Thank you very much. Give her a big hand. So you're telling me I don't have to do 10 or 20 takes on Loom to record my demo?
Oh, that's the old workflow. You have to get to the AI workflow today.
Very cool. Any questions? Pretty self-explanatory use case.
So what would a hallucination look like in that last instance? If it couldn't solve something, would it?
Yeah. So the hallucination is still a big problem, and the workflow, you're very right about, like, today when you look at tools like Perplexity, it may just go make a mistake. If I've told it to create an event, maybe that was an easy one. If I tell it something really difficult, it just goes ahead and goes on a loop and tells you I do not know what to do. The case about Hexus in that is we also are a video editor. We allow you to record, but we have a full editor. If you see it's making a lot of mistakes, you can just remove those steps, you can clear that, you can also re-record. The use case is about still creating a lot of product content versus a use case like it's a bank or something really crazy where it's going to be a loss of money. So I would say it's still a little bit early for those use cases, which are very, very critical. In our case, hallucination is bad, but not the worst thing. You can always re-record, you can always do things on your own or delete steps post your recording.
Thanks.
But with video generation, it could make something up and you might not even know that it's made up, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you always today still need a human reviewer at the end of the day.
Hi, that was a great presentation. One question, can you transform from one form to another? So if I have like a blog article, converting that to a video, or if I have a video and then converting it to how to post.
Absolutely, exactly. So with Hexus, that's the best part. We call this the Hexus format, and the Hexus format just goes beyond one format. It goes from interactive demos to videos to guides. Any format you want, you can go ahead and convert your videos and images to flows, which are basically Hexus flows. You can also decide to go ahead and convert some of your how-to guides into videos. Any kind of form factor is just product content, and we are enabled to seamlessly do that.
Is this free to get started, or is it an enterprise?
Yes, it is free to get started. We do have a starter plan. We also have a free plan, so you can just go ahead and literally sign up on our website and just go try it out.
Yeah, I have a question. So is this mobile enabled for iOS and Android apps?
Yeah, so you can upload. It is not on mobile. It is right now only web-based. So you can record something on your phone and then just upload it on Hexus on the web.
So you'd upload it and it would...
Yeah, and then it would convert that content to any other format.
I see. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we don't have a mobile-ready version yet.
Cool. Thank you, Sakshi. If there are other questions, then she'll be here for some time. Thank you.
you
Give
so
her a big
much.
hand. Thanks.